Wow. Bunched up on the restart. They're all zigging and zagging behind the leader. On the jump goes Richie Stevens. He'll get a great move on the pack as they go to turn one. Oh, trouble! Both cars go spinning. Michael Patton, there's got to be some oil on the racetrack. Now 2, 3, 4, 5 cars spin unison in turn 1 and 2. There has got to be oil, fluid. Something is causing those cars to slip violently in 1 and 2.
All right, David Laney in at 16 in the spins. Kevin Knotts in 81 car also spinning. All the other cars are back off on their own power. Got one sitting in the thing that looks like it might be Justin Thornton in that 20 notes. So Justin Thornton is rolling. So in the 24 car on the high side.
And I believe now our East Alabama Motor Speedway safety crews have now been summoned to turn 1 and 2 to see if there is any possible fluid, oil, transmission, any type of fluid being put down on the racing surface that is causing these cars to spin. Because, Michael, there's got to be something there, because we've seen 2 consecutive times multiple cars go into that corner and spin in unison like we've seen. So there's got to be something there they got to check out.
Yeah, they'll check it out over Lee's out there, giving that car a push, getting down to turn 2 there. Like I said, we appreciate everybody being here with us. If this is your first time ever, welcome to East Alabama Motor Speedway, the playground of power. We're getting ready for the SCDRA, their first time ever here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway. The SCDRA guys will be running their feature race coming up right after the 602 Sportsman feature race. Then right after that, we're going to get the guys up here, and they're going to bring their helmets with them, the drivers, and we're going to pass helmets through the stands for the Dave Thomas house. That is locally in this area, in the Phoenix City, Columbus area. And we're going to take up money for that Dave Thomas home. Good foundation that Dave Thomas started. Like Wesley said, he's a foster child himself. Had a very successful business. Dave
That's
Thomas,
right.
Great guy. Great guy to give back to his community. And we're going to give back to Dave Thomas and honor him and his Dave Thomas home tonight with the drivers coming through with their helmets and taking through donations. Also want to thank Larry Harrod Logan out of Plains, Georgia, for being the trophy sponsor for the National Late Model Supercar Series. So anybody else that has a business that wants to be able to become a sponsor of the trophies given away tonight here at East Alabama Motor Speedway, you're more than welcome to see Billy Thomas. He'll be glad to take care of that for you. All right, we're back underway. That was Josh Weathers in the 90 that was spun around over there. He's back under power, so Rocket Man Richie Stevens, 69, still your leader, followed by the Lover Boy and Bubba Gorman in the 47. Usually doing the driving duties on the 8G, but the 8G not on the track tonight. That's a 47 car. And Nick Biddle in the 355, Colton Leighton-Decker in the 33 car, Wiley McDaniel, Terry Braswell, Tim Bosley, Kevin Ontz, Ronnie Hudson, Justin Thornton, Dave Laney, Josh Weathers, and John Holdenheisen. That's a brand new car this year for John Holdenheisen, only his third time out in that car. SCDRA front-wheel drive cars, you are up next. SCDRA front-wheel drive cars, you're up next. Caution still on the speedway. The lights out. We're going to 3 next time by.
1 to go indication, ready to go. So we'll get ready to come back for the restart, as Michael said, and we will try to get this thing back underway. Couple of laps under the 30 laps the distance. 1,500 to win for the 602 Late Model Sportsman. Coverage here on 3 and Out Sports Network, as well as here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway. Rocket Man Richie Stevens leads the way. They're coming for the restart. Single file, Michael, out of turn 4.
Green flags in the air. Rocket Man Richie Stevens takes them off to turn 1 and 2 as your leader. Bubba Gorman in that 47 car. Wiley McDaniel in that 25 car looking to the inside.
And
wow,
trouble,
he's trying to get around him.
Trouble, turn 2 again.
Dave Laney.
Dave Laney, that's the third time we've seen cars dive into turn 1 and 2 and spin. Caution this time, Laney, he actually spun in a different part of the racetrack than the other two incidents happened with the multi-car solo spins for the 16 of Laney. He actually got a little high, Michael, going into turn 2 and just simply had the back end of the car come out from under him.
69 car.
And they're saying he might possibly be going on the trailer. We're not wasting no time, Michael. We're back to green.
Green flags in there. We're back underway. Rocket Man Richie Stevens in the 69 car down the back straightaway is your leader. Followed by Bubba Gorman. Wiley McDaniel in that 25 car getting around the 355 of Nick Beadle. Nick Beadle in the 355. Here comes Cole Landecker getting around the 355 also. Losing 2 spots at 355. Cole Lanebacker in that 33 car. Wiley McDaniel does a dirt track slide. John slides up right in front of the 33 to hold off the momentum. Here comes the Rocket Man, Richie Stevens, as your leader.
So they'll come across the line. You got a nice 3-car battle there for that 3rd spot with Wiley McDaniel in the mix. Also in that battle is going to be Nick Biddle. They'll go up the outside of the racetrack. Colton Leyendecker will stick his nose in the gunfight to the outside lane. They'll still continue to crosshair with one another. Trouble in turn number 4 now as car number 5, Braswell, spins under yellow again, Michael Patton.
Terry Braswell spins over in turn 4. That brings out a caution. Spun all by itself as Terry Braswell in the 5.
Had some great racing for 3rd place there before the yellow flag fell. My goodness, that was exciting.
After like we said last night, that 5-car, Terry Braswell, Roderick Dykes used to drive that 5-car. That is Terry Braswell's car now. Roderick Dykes used to pilot the 5-car.
So we're under yellow flag again. Just cannot seem to get a lap under our belt before trouble ensues yet another time. So back under the caution flag here. Again, this incident, not wasting time again, Michael. We are getting ready to come back to green. Here we go.
Rocket Man Richie Stevens is your leader. Bubba Gorman trying to hold off Wiley McDaniel and Nick Beidle. Nick Beidle in the 355 car.
So back on the restart. They'll exit off of turn 4. Great racing again between these drivers. Out in front, it's still Rocket Man Richie Stevens, and here we go again for 2nd and 3rd spot. Contested is still the machine of Leyendecker using the outside lane to close in on Biddle and McDaniel out of turn 4.
Rocket Man Richie Stevens standing on the high side around this 3 South Bank Oval here at East Alabama Speedway. As your leader, followed by Bubba Gorman and Wiley McDaniel, your top 3. Cole Landecker trying to go into the high side to get around the 355 on Nick Beadle.
Again, Richie, problems, turn 2, 2nd place car in trouble. Here comes McDaniel. He'll now move for the number 2 spot as he was right under Tim Bosley's car. Bosley slipped there for a second. So did Bubba Gorman. Gorman got loose holding on for 2nd. This allows now the McDaniel 25, Wiley McDaniel, to pull to the inside and look for 2nd, Michael, off turn number 3.
Rocket Man Richie Stevens still your leader. Here, Wiley McDaniel trying to stay to the inside of Bubba Gorman, not around. Take over that 2nd spot, falls back in line. Right here comes Colton Leyendecker in the 33 car on the high side. Wiley McDaniel moving to that 2nd spot, take over that 2nd spot from Bubba Gorman. Kevin Knotts trying to get around to 21. John Holdenhausen, Tim Bosley in that 15 car. He's on the high side, trying to pass 2 cars, and he does. Passes Kevin Knotts and John Holdenhausen. That's Tim Bosley in the 15. Bubba Gorman coming back to the inside of Wiley McDaniel in the 3.
How about Richie Stevens now starting to pick off lap cars? He has opened up the interval from the leader, Hudson, the lap car, now to 2nd place machine of Wiley McDaniel. He's in turn 2. The leader is exiting turn 4, Michael.
Yeah, Rocket Man Richie Stevens on a Sunday drive on a Saturday night here at East Alabama Speedway. Bubba Gorman trying to get around that lap car. Dave Laney in the 16 car. Wiley McDaniel still in that 25 car. Ronnie Hudson off the pace. Ronnie Hudson, that 53 car, will be going into pits this time by. Ronnie Hudson going into pits.
Out in front, it is still the Rocket Man, Richie Stevens, holding his line, staying out in front. He's on the back straightaway, kicking up some dust as he hits the top of the racetrack. Then he goes to the bottom of the racetrack here at East Alabama out of 3 and 4. Contact in turns 1 and 2. Couple of cars get together. That was the 5 of Braswell. He got into the 15 machine and the 24 of Justin Thornton. Thornton now gets into it with the 15 out of turn 4 of Tim Bosley, and they're still banging off the front straightaway, Michael.
Kevin Knotts, they're trying to make it 3 wide that time. Kevin Knotts, Tim Bosley, and Justin Thornton. Kevin Knotts and Tim Bosley get together. Little rubbing is racing. So Rocket Man Richie Stevens getting around to 90 of Josh Weathers with that damaged race car from earlier with Brandon McDaniel. Rocket Man Richie Stevens out front, followed by Bubba Gorman, Wiley McDaniel, and Colton Landecker.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide almost in the back of the pack there. In the mix is going to be Thornton in 24. He's also got on the bottom of the racetrack that car number 21 of Holdenhausen and the 81 of Kevin Knotts. That's in the battle in the pack. Well, it's in the back of the pack is what I meant. But, Michael, that's the heated battle on the speedway. Is it still Rocket Man Richie Stevens pulling away? Trouble almost in turn 3 as David Laney gets sideways again in 4. Then they're 3 wide behind him. We still stay green with the Rocket Man exiting 4. Laps winding down. Cars are going off the racetrack. Trouble in turn 2. Car 24, Justin Thornton now goes off the speedway, Michael. And after we've seen a couple of times that we could have seen the yellow flag fly, now it will wave as Justin Thornton goes off the racetrack. Now he comes back on the back straightaway. This should be a quick yellow. We should go back to green. And this is, by the way, caution flag number 5. Number 90 on pit road, coming to the pits as well, Josh Weathers, and I'm understanding the 16 car of David Laney. Oh, okay, he'll stay out there on the racetrack. I thought he was going to come to the pits. Michael, everybody is trying to catch Rocket Man Richie Stevens. He is the strong man out there. He's got the strongest race car. At one point, he had almost a half a track lead over everybody else. And he is just now got to watch everybody close in on him one more time on the restart.
Yeah, and Rocket Man Richie Stevens knows his way around this 3 South Bank Oval here at East Alabama Motor Speedway. Bubba Gorman right behind him in the 47 car. Wiley McDaniel right behind him in the 25 car. Cole Lendecker in the 33 car. Nick Botto in the 55, 355. Terry Braswell in the 5. Kevin Knotts, John Holdenhausen, Justin Thornton, Tim Bosley, and David Laney in the 16 car. Josh Weathers takes it in the 90 car. SCDRA front wheel drives, you're up next. SCDRA front wheel drives, you are up next for your feature race. SCDRA feature is next. Wesley will be on the call for that, so it's up next.
Back on the restart, here they come, green flag. Richie Stevens back underway to the outside lane. Bubba Gorman goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Wiley McDaniels will follow. Biddle's in trouble. And again goes Laney, spinning violently up the racetrack and up the cushion in 1 and 2. He goes off the reservation. Caution will have to come out again from John Catchard on the flag stand. And we go back under yellow flag yet again. They cannot seem to get a break, Michael.
No. This 602 Sportsman class is a great class here at East Alabama Motor Speedway. We run them each and every week here. Rocket Man Richie Stevens, like I said, that's a brand new car. I pulled it out last night. First time that car has been here at East Alabama Motor Speedway this season. That's Team 69. And you notice one of the sponsors on the Team 69 car. You see it right on the front hood and right on the side. Love Stuff. Bubba Gorman in that 47 car. 25 car, Wiley McDaniel. 33, Cole Lendecker. 355, Nick Bidle. 5 car, Terry Braswell. 15, Tim Bosley. 81 car, Kevin Knotts. 21, John Holdenhausen. 24, Justin Thornton. And a 90 Josh Weathers back on the speedway. David Laney off the waiting for the cars to pass him in the 16th car. He might be going to the pit area this time, David Laney, and the 16. Tim Bosley in that 15 car, his son,